What's going on, traders? Andrew O'Connell here with Pristine Capital, coming at you with yet another market recap video. It is January 11th, 2022. Please go ahead, click the like button on this video. Also subscribe to my channel. Help me with the algorithm. Help spread the word of Pristine Capital. Today was a nice day in the markets. Today we're going to be talking about the price action. We're going to talk about some of my trades for today. We're also going to talk about the new Discord bots that have just been added into our Pristine Capital server. Before we do all that, quick first disclaimer, nothing in this video should be construed as investment advice or recommendations. Please follow your own trading plan, your own risk parameters. And last but certainly not least, don't YOLO your entire account to any one of my trades or anyone's trades for that matter. All right, let's take a look at these indices. Nice day today. So backdrop for today, we had Jerome Powell testifying before Congress this morning. I got to listen in on what they were saying, and it's all just like a big theater, and it's really just a reiteration of everything that we already knew that the Fed was planning. They talked about inflation, they talked about rate hikes coming, they talked about the potential balance sheet roll-off, so nothing really new. S&P 500 finished up 0.91%. Nasdaq QQQ finished up 1.5%, great performance. IWM finished up 1.06%. The dogs of the Dow, once again, dogs up 0.49%. Then the ARK Innovation ETF was up 2.76%. That was our top performer for the day. And then looking at our ranges, you can see that almost everything closed towards the upper end of its trading range for the day. Volatility came in on all of these indices, which is what we want to see. And breadth was nice and positive. Interesting though, throughout the day, it wasn't always like that. In the morning, we had some pretty significant red action, and it looked like, here we go again. Are we going to slip into the abyss once again? But buyers ended up winning out. We were looking at treasuries earlier. Treasuries ended up being bid, and all's well that ends well. We had a nice happy ending. Finbase heat map. We can see pretty much all these FANG stocks flipped green intraday. We had Apple, a nice performance. Amazon got an analyst upgrade this morning, had a great performance. We can see Nvidia, Qualcomm, AMD, pretty much everything. Nice strength across the board. Pretty good breadth for the S&P 500. Sectors. Let's take a look at these sectors. So the best performer for today was this KWEB ETF, up 5.07%. And you can see KWEB slowly but surely rising in terms of the momentum ranking. And I have about 20% of my portfolio right now, my trading account, in these Chinese equities. So right now I'm holding on to Baba. I'm also holding on to Tencent Music Entertainment. Energy was a great performer today, up 3.4%. Really nice performance. And then you can see some of these laggards had really nice performances as well. The blockchain ETF was up 3.23%. The ARK FinTech Fund was up very nicely. So overall, happy ending for pretty much all these sectors in the market. The only sectors that didn't do so hot, consumer staples were down ever so slightly, utilities were down, and transports. Style factors, also a nice happy ending. Best performers for style factors, we had high beta up 1.93%, awesome. And we had momentum up over 1%, a bunch of these, really nice performances. The only thing that didn't do so well was high div, low vol, down 0.11%. In our seasonality, we're approaching the middle of the trading month, and that's when the seasonality gets a little bit tougher. But I think given a lot of this volatility that we have seen, we have an options expiration. Crazy. We're already going to have our first options expiration of the year. That is coming up in about a week and a half. So I think if we get some good bullish momentum, we could see some strength into that OPEX. Let's take a look at our S&P 500. S&P 500 put in a very nice candle. We closed pretty much right at this monthly value area high. My trend model actually flipped from -1 to +1 and then +3 into the close. So yeah, looking pretty good here, I must say. We're above this 5-period exponential moving average now, and pretty much we're running right into overhead resistance. But I must say, This 4,700 level was basically functioning as a wall. We couldn't get over it, and now we just tiptoed over that wall. So that is a good sign, good indication. But tomorrow we're going to have some inflation data coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So that's really going to be another big determinant of can this rally last or not. Nasdaq finished up 1.39%, and I actually entered some calls on the Qs into the close on this value area reclaim right here. So a nice finish for the Qs, and really, the Qs still have some work to do. We're not anywhere near this 20-day moving average or the 50-day. I think it's all about just having a good, clean process and sticking to your process. I think this year, it's not going to be like 2021 and more so, and not like 2020, where it's like once the market starts moving up, it's just like a runaway freight train. I think it really is going to require, more prudent risk management, more selling into strength, and yeah, I think it could end up being a lot choppier. But hey, we'll take the good day. Russell 2000, nice finish as well. Pretty much finished right above that monthly point of control. And then the Dow Jones, the dog actually looked good. So the Dow Jones is above the 20-day moving average, and it's above the monthly value area. So even though it was a relative underperformer for today, yeah, I wouldn't count out the Dow Jones. Still looks pretty solid. All right, let's take a look. We will check out some of my trades for today. And before I do that, I want to quickly go ahead and show you these new Discord bots, because these are also in the server. So let's go ahead and do that. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just getting these picks. All right, let's check it out. So yeah, I'll show you these Discord bots, and this is really just the TradyTix software. They have these awesome Discord bots. So for anyone that's watching this that is not a member, this is our server. And take a look here. So these are the new channels that I added, these TradyTix right here. And there's a bot for scalping, and then there's also a bot for swings. And these are going to be auto posting throughout the session. Today's the first day that data was flowing through these channels. And so far, I'm just kind of observing what's coming down the pipe. I'm not like taking any of these yet because there's, a ton of signals that are coming down throughout the day. I just thought it would be a nice feature for all of our members, especially because we do have some scalpers in the group. And I don't really scalp all that often. I'm much more of like a swing and position trader. So I thought, hey, maybe this would be good, for generating some trading ideas, investment ideas, etc. So yeah, we'll have to see. I would say just keep monitoring these maybe for the first week, and see how they're doing. And also, if you see one of these, don't think like, oh my gosh, like this is a done deal. Like the robot told me to buy. Just always make sure you're using your risk management and you're running it through your own trading process. Like I think the best thing about getting, any of these trade alerts is that it might show you something that you just didn't happen to see, but that's a trade that you would take. So yeah, always run it through your own process, but I think this is going to be really cool. So I'm pretty pumped for this. Also, I think a way that it's going to help me is, say if I'm really like focused on the long side and the market changes direction, it might be a little bit of like a mental shift for me. Like, okay, now I need to think about like taking shorts. And something like this that's automated, it's rules-based, can just give you some ideas. So yeah, just keep playing around with that, mess around with it, see how it looks. Of course, don't YOLO into any one of those. Don't just like throw your whole account in it. Can't believe I have to say that, but I do have to say that. All right, so let's talk about my trades for the day. So, common stock trades. I day traded some Tesla. So I actually had a swing from yesterday, short-term swing, closed out for a nice winner on the open. And then I took Zim for a breakout. So let's look at Zim and we'll talk about this trade. So Zim, nice breakout from value. And look at this. So really going back to September, we continue to make these highs around like this $60 mark. And you can see we did it the first time. You know, we ran up all the way from like, you know, we ran from 28 or no 32 like all the way up to 60. The stock doubled in like a couple months. And then of course, you know, it pulled back. We made another attempt. You know, I'll say right here, we failed. Attempt number 3 failed. Attempt number 4 failed. And now this is attempt number 5. Look at the volume on this breakout. This is really what attracted me to this position. I was like, hey, we're getting a breakout on volume. Not bad. See, I took this one for a swing. And then what else did I do? Then I day traded Tesla again. And this one was basically like a scratch. It was like a very, very tiny winner. Just got a couple points on it. And let's take a look at some options trades. So I had sold some DigitalOcean puts. DigitalOcean's one of my favorite growth stocks. And I want to stick with it even though it's kind of in a downtrend. So take a look at DigitalOcean. The stock has gotten beaten up, but this was one of my best names of 2021. I want to make sure I'm sticking with it. So yeah, DigitalOcean into some of the strength today. I had sold these 65 strike puts for $2.45. I bought them back for $1.10. So made over 50% on that one. And yeah, I think this is going to be a theme for me throughout 2022. Selling premium, I think could be good in this market that's not just going to be straight up all the time. So yeah, that one worked out well. Microsoft. This one, I think this is my worst trade for the year so far. So I logged this one in my trading journal. And this one closed out these calls for 213. I had paid 465. Luckily, this was a 1-star trade. But this was intended to be a day trade. Ended up holding on to it. And yeah, just really wasn't that clean of process. So this one is noted. And yeah, sometimes it happens. You make a bad trade and you just have to, you know, figure out where you went wrong and just move on from it. This one, it didn't really even like follow one of my technical setups. I was trying to buy the dip. It's not really my best trade. And then what else here? Yeah, and it expires January 14th. So even though, you know, maybe the Qs are going to be strong, Microsoft's going to keep going, it's not really like I'm not bullish on Microsoft anymore. It's just this specific trade, you know, it expires January 14th. So yeah, close that out. Next, we had Nvidia. Close these out for a nice winner. I put these on, you know, at the very end of the session yesterday. Close these out for 21 bucks. I'd paid $19.50. This was a nice 2-star trade. And then into the close, as we mentioned in our trading room, I ended up adding some Qs calls for the February 18th expiry. Small size on those though. So let's take a look at our VicTech options order flow. Let's look at our options races. Yeah, I'm pretty curious to see when the dark pool data comes out tonight if there were some more, you know, dark pool buyers, because yesterday it came out pretty weak. So I'll be watching for that tonight. I'll post it. I'll post it on Twitter. Post it in our group as well. Tesla had almost 3.8 billion of flow. What else had some nice flow? AMD, Google, IWM, Shopify, TQQQ, and Melly. This looks very similar to what we saw yesterday. Let's see what we got. I'm going to take these filters off. There we go. Trade skate. Boom. Lucid. This was a stock I saw people posting about on Twitter. Lucid. 2022 Jan 20s. Jan 45s. Jan 22 and a halves. 27s. Yeah, in this group, I already have Ford on. And Ford is just such a better stock right now than Lucid. But wow, that's a very impressive performance from Lucid. So this is definitely one that I want to watch for tomorrow's session as well. Yeah, very nice performance from Lucid. This stock had been basing out for maybe like a month and then just blasted out above that 50-day moving average. And let's see here. Lucid. Yeah, nice breakout from this monthly value area. So looking good for Lucid. Let's see here. Baba. Yes, now people are finally buying calls on Baba. There are literally for the past 6 months, everyone has been loading up on Alibaba puts. And these, we have the March 140s, we have the January 130s. Some short-term stuff. This is longer-term, 2023. And Alibaba, this is one of my biggest positions. Yeah, up another 3.03%. Also have Tencent Music. And this one up 5.67%. So these Chinese names, like I mentioned, like we started to see some of the leaders go, right? Alibaba's been a leader, Tencent Music. And now we're starting to see the actual sector ETF go as well. So look at KWEB. KWEB, nice close above that 20-day simple moving average and closed on the highs, up 5%. And then Tencent Music is the other one that I have on. Also in pretty big size. And this one was up 5.67%. We have a VPOC up here at 794. Let's take a look here. What else do we got? We'll take a look at one more. Let's see ARC. What? Jeez, huge puts going up. Oh my lord. I've never even seen it look like this, where these are just massive. This is the 139.22 strike and their puts going up. I don't even know what this is, to be honest. This looks so bizarre. Somebody in our group pointed this out earlier today. This is, I don't even know. Yeah, ARC got a nice bounce today. And then what's this one? So ACN, January 21st, calls going up. Let's see ACN. Is this, what company is this? Accenture, yeah. Okay, and Accenture not really in the best trend. All right, yeah, so ended up being a nice day, which is good. And yeah, we're seeing some bullish option flow hitting the tape. That being said, hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm actually going to be appearing on, every Tuesday we do a Twitter space with a bunch of trading educators, etc. Feel free to tune into that. That is at 7 p.m. today. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.